Thank you for joining me today as I present to you my passion project. My name is Eve Sandoval, and I am here to share with you some of my ideas that I think would really help our education system. So let me ask you, if you could do one thing different from your high school experience that would have helped impact your life and your decision making, what would that have been? So this is what I believe high school education should look like. And if I could go back and do it all over again, I would have rather learned by doing. Have work-based learning, I feel, is the beginning of us educators and parents accepting that our students are growing up and we are responsible for getting them ready for the workforce. Well, I happen to feel that we have a real problem today with students owning their education in high school and preparing themselves for life after high school. One of my passions is working with FBLA, is Future Business Leaders of America. Future Business Leaders of America is a student organization that strives toward creating educational opportunities for our high school students through service and progress, meaning that, okay, you have had the opportunity to learn these skills, and now it's time for us to help you apply them and see how they fit in your ideas or plans for your future. In doing that, it has really helped in the classroom create validity in many of the lessons that we're teaching, as well as meeting our students halfway and seeing them, hearing them, and helping them start planning for their future. So, Future Business Leaders of America is a great tool, and I believe that we can take this tool and start implementing it inside our community for early education. So, in saying that, here's a good example. Two students, one who was a junior, one who was a senior, chose to work with a local author here in our city who is a children's book author. She's also a publisher. And you could see on the left that students could start reading as early as 3 years old, even younger for some students. And so while the secret here that these high school students figured out was identifying the target market for specific audiences in these books. So the author had already done that and said she wanted to write books for second and third graders. Well, do you notice here that the students representing the author at FBLA at a conference, the event was working with a local business, and they chose to work with Miss Vigil, the author. But what they chose to do was to find the demographic that was most relevant for her books. The way that we did this was we decided to take the books into the neighboring elementary schools and work and collaborate with those second and third grade teachers and gather some data that would identify where the real interest is. And it turned out the interest was the exciting adventures of the character in the book because the character was their age. When we took this back to the classroom, my students, the high school students, were able to better understand target marketing, and they were also able to realize and remember when they were second graders and when they were really learning how to read with expression and value excitement in a character, and why adventures were more compelling to young readers writing. So these students then decided that the best way to reach the target audience was to take it and put it on Amazon and move it to Kindle and even translate the books. So in that case, it created more efficacy in their learning, and they found themselves very engaged with this local author. All of this leads to my passion of saying that work-based learning is a very good way to gain retention in learners, as well as opportunities for them by working with local authors or local business people in our community. As you can see, I have high school students here that are very, very happy with their achievement, but so are their customers, the second grade reader. And I think for all teachers, all educators, this is the goal, to see happy students who are there because they want to be there and are committed to their learning because they have a connection to their learning.